The small town of Ravenswood was never the same after the night the cursed water came. It started with a strange, pungent smell that seemed to seep from the very earth itself. At first, people thought it was just a gas leak or a sewer issue, but as the days passed, the smell only grew stronger. Then, people began to get sick. At first, it was just a few isolated cases, but soon the entire town was afflicted. People were experiencing vivid nightmares, hallucinations, and an unexplainable sense of dread. No one knew what was causing it, but rumors began to circulate that the town's water supply was cursed. Some said it was the work of a vengeful spirit, while others claimed it was a government experiment gone wrong. As the sickness spread, the town descended into chaos. People were afraid to drink the water, but they had no choice. The town's water supply was the only source of hydration for miles around. One person who was particularly affected was a young woman named Sarah. She had always been sensitive to the supernatural, and the cursed water seemed to be affecting her more than anyone else. She would experience terrifying visions and hear eerie whispers in her ear when no one was around. Sarah knew she had to do something, so she began to research the history of the town's water supply. She discovered that the water came from an ancient well that had been dug by the town's founders. The well was said to be cursed by the local Native American tribe, who had been forced off their land by the settlers. Sarah knew she had to find a way to lift the curse, but she didn't know where to start. She spent every waking moment researching and experimenting, but nothing seemed to work. As the days turned into weeks, the town's condition only grew worse. People were getting sicker, and no one knew how to stop it. Sarah was at her wit's end when she received a mysterious message from an unknown number. The message read, "Meet me at the old windmill on the outskirts of town at midnight. Come alone." Sarah was hesitant, but she knew she had to try anything to save her town. She made her way to the windmill, her heart pounding in her chest. When she arrived, she saw a figure cloaked in shadows. The figure stepped forward, revealing an old Native American woman with piercing eyes. "I have been waiting for you, Sarah," the woman said. "I know you have been trying to lift the curse, but you don't understand the true nature of the cursed water." Sarah listened intently as the woman explained that the curse was not just a simple hex, but a powerful entity that had been awakened by the town's founders. The entity had been feeding on the town's fear and suffering, growing stronger with each passing day. The woman handed Sarah a small vial of sacred water. "This is the only thing that can stop the curse," she said. "But you must be warned, the entity will not go quietly. It will fight back with all its might."
Sarah knew she had to try. She took the vial and made her way back to the town's water supply. She poured the sacred water into the well, and instantly, the air seemed to clear. The smell dissipated, and the sickness began to lift. But as the town began to recover, Sarah knew that the entity was not gone for good. She could feel its presence lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim. Sarah knew that she had to stay vigilant, to keep the entity at bay. She became the town's protector, always on the lookout for signs of the cursed water's return. And though the town of Ravenswood never forgot the terror of the cursed water, they knew that they owed their lives to Sarah, the brave young woman who had faced the entity head-on and saved them all.